Austin, Texas. Who's seeing Trailer Tales live and stand up on the spot this weekend at the Moon Tower Comedy Festival? Get your tickets at eatmytrash.com. And while you're there, get some tickets to see Tammy with pals Libbie, Higgins, and Tina D-Ball on the road, like in Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, Iowa, San Diego, Sacramento, California, Tacoma and Spokane, Washington, Oklahoma City, and more. And go see our pal Jeremiah Watkins on tour. In San Diego, California, Springfield, Missouri, and Kansas City, Missouri, New York City, Tacoma, Washington, Tyler, Texas, Houston, Texas, and more dates to be added at jeremiahwatkins.com. And finally, the lineup for Tammy's Pontoon Party 2 has officially dropped. Get your tickets while you can. It's filling up fast. Thanks so much for watching, y'all, and subscribing. And love you.
It's time for Trailer Tales.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Trailer Tales. I am Dave Gunther, and to my left is...
Hello, I'm Miss Crystal.
And to her left is...
Tammy. Okay. And welcome back to our regular, normal, everyday podcast that we post every Friday. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Okay. No matter what day you're watching, we appreciate you guys being here. All right. To our regular, everyday podcast. Now, normally I would say, hey, what's been going on with you guys? But I know what's been going on. Last night, me and Crystal almost got sucked up into a tornado.
Almost had our last night on Earth.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So I'm going to tell a story. I go to bed early, okay? About midnight. That's pretty early for me. I was real tired. Crystal's staying up, working on her creations. She had the whole kitchen table. You had yarn and just hot glue guns and
Lace.
and everything. And she was really on a roll, and she wasn't going to stop. She wasn't going to stop. Now, when I went to bed, the weather was fine. Okay? We didn't know nothing was coming. So I go and rub one out. All right, Darryl's already asleep. Rub one out. Then I go to sleep. Okay, and I'm dreaming about getting pounded and things like that. And all of a sudden, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The sound I heard, I thought it was the police. Because we ain't heard them sirens in years.
And I've heard tornado sirens. These have changed. These have changed since last time I heard. They're different.
Sound like a cat dying. Sound like a cat getting run over by a Ford F-150.
And it scared me. It sounded like it was coming right for the house. And I ran in there. Wake up! Cops are coming! Damn it, get up!
Busted through the door. Tammy, the cops are coming. Get up! Now listen, I'm not worried for me. I stay out of trouble. Now, do I cause trouble? Yes. But I stay out of it legally. And I'm very good at that. You know who's not good at that? My baby Darryl.
Mm-hmm. Loves getting locked up.
You know, he's got some warrants that we've been... Let me put it this way. When we're driving through town, we dot our X's and cross our O's. Okay? We really stop at every red light. We don't go a mile over the speed limit because we don't want no eyes on us, if you know what I'm saying. We don't want the cops to be like, oh, look who's speeding through town, Tammy and Darryl. Darryl's got a warrant. You know, we really try to keep him out of jail.
Opposite of Tupac's All Eyes on Me.
Right.
Opposite.
So she wakes us up. The cops are coming. I'm scared for my baby. Okay, I'm terrified. I said, Darryl, go hide under the bed. You know, he can't fit in there, so that's the whole thing. He's trying to fit underneath the bed, can't get under there.
Which way did he go first? Did he go head first or did he go feet first?
He went feet first. So at first we thought he was really going to get under there. He was going, and then when it got to the belly, it stopped.
Mm-hmm. Usually when I try to go feet first and I slide underneath it, my my junk catches on the bed, so I can't get under there.
You try to hide under beds often?
I'm just saying that it's not often that I try to hide under a bed, but it's just my junk gets caught when I try to slide underneath the bed because,
Because of why?
Why?
I'm blessed.
With what?
Dick.
Okay, well, we
Anyway,
got two
moving
different meanings of blessed. But okay, so anyway, so Darryl has to get up from we got to find another hiding spot for him, and we're freaking out. Okay, so I have him go to the closet, and I have him hide under a huge giant pile of dirty clothes, and we're talking shit stains, piss stain, pissy underwear. Our dogs puked and. I've cleaned it up with a big towel, and that was in the dirty pile. I'm talking a stack this tall of dirty piss, puke, shit, dirty clothes. And I said, baby, get in there.
So, y'all were fearing for your life, and you thought a pile of shit clothes was going to protect.
Well, we
Darryl
didn't know
from
it was
tornado.
I didn't know it was a tornado at the time.
The cops would have not looked under that clothes.
No,
they
they
would take
wouldn't have.
one look at the dookie streaks and said, nope.
They would open that closet and gagged and shut it. So we thought they were coming for Darryl.
How many days of laundry was that backed up?
3.
3, and it's this high?
We've been shitting and pissing and puking a lot. Shitting, pissing.
What's been going on the last few days?
Hey, shit and piss, and the piss was mine, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the shit and the puke was Darryl's and the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, he goes under there, and I get him under there, and I make sure his skull, it's because his head was popping out. His head was popping out.
And he was saying, I can't breathe. And we said, put the damn things on top of your head.
Did you put shit or puke on
He was
on him?
sitting down, and the back of his head was popping out with the skull and the thing. And so I grabbed the dog puke towel and I just. And before I shut the door, I said, "Not a fucking peep out of you, not a fucking peep. I'm not paying court date fees."
And that's when my phone went off. Beep, 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 beep. And it said, seek shelter. Seek shelter, tornado warning.
And then she goes, "There's a tornado coming."
So we just left Darryl in there.
And I said, "Hold on. So we got a tornado and the cops coming?"
You didn't think it was one or the other? You thought it was both?
I did.
And we didn't have time. I didn't have time to explain.
Tornado Cop sounds like Sharknado, like like a movie that I want to see. Tornado Cop.
So then, me and Crystal just petrified. We're like, a tornado's coming. It's gonna blow the roof off. All we have is tires up there holding it down. Okay.
And only 4. Somebody
And only
stole
4.
Somebody stole the 5th one we had.
So we're freaking out. I go, all I could see in my future was the roof going off and us twirling up in that thing. Okay. So I said, "Crystal, what do we do? What do we do?" She said, "Well, where do we always go for tornadoes?"
In the bathtub.
Bathtub. She said, "Go get the mattress off the bed." Okay. So I said, "You get in the bathtub, I'll grab the mattress." So she gets in there, and this bathtub, it's not one of those big king-sized world tubs. It's your average trailer tub, okay?
Plastic.
So she gets in, and I'm in there carrying a queen-size mattress. And I'm carrying it in,
Meanwhile, Darryl's still in the closet.
Yeah.
Under all the shit and puke towels.
Yeah. So anyway, I said, "Crystal, I gotta lay on you." I was like, and we should have reversed it because she's smaller than me, but we weren't thinking straight at the time. So that's another. Not only could have died in the tornado, I could have suffocated you, and that's not something we thought about. But you don't think straight in moments like this.
Oh, we were panicked.
So I said, "I'm coming on top." Okay. So we laid She was on her back, laying up, face upward,
In the bathtub.
and I laid on my back. So my back was on her front. So we were both laying back, face up.
This is a normal size tub.
Yeah.
Very small.
So then I grabbed the queen size mattress and I pulled it over us.
How strong are you that you can one arm a mattress?
Hey, when you got adrenaline pumping,
Right.
you can move a damn car.
Yeah.
She thought we were going to die in a tornado and Daryl's going to be picked up by the cops simultaneously.
Now, when I pull the mattress, it doesn't lay on the top of the tub
Of course not. There's two women on top of it.
because we're at least 5 feet above the top line of the tub. So I pull the mattress over, okay, one hand, all right, and we just wait it out and we ride it out. Now the alarms kept going, and I kept saying, these cops, this tornado is not scaring them. Mm-mm. They're after Darryl. They're after Darryl. And I just kept thinking, baby, please be quiet, you know. Please be quiet in there. Don't be talking.
Keep your head under. Keep your head under.
Keep your head under. Don't, you know, I didn't want him to pop off and smart off and then come get him. So anyway, we kept hearing the sirens. About 10 minutes goes by. And we're hearing...
Sound like a damn spooky house.
I knew it was about to happen. I knew the roof was about to pop off and we were just going to go twirling, okay? I knew this. So anyway, after about 10 minutes of pure fear, it gets quiet. Okay? Now, I'm smart enough to know just because it gets quiet don't mean it's over. That's when the tornado really hits.
Sometimes they say the calm before the storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it gets real calm, and I get a little bored. So I pull out my phone, start scrolling TikTok.
Is this while you're still on top of Crystal?
I'm still on
Yes.
top of Crystal. The mattress is still on me, but I have it kind of out the side of the bathtub, and I'm scrolling like this. I'm looking and I'm scrolling.
Was there any good videos while you were fearing for your life?
Well, people were posting about the tornadoes. And they were posting the sirens. And they go, sirens are going off, and they were posting the sirens. And that's when we realized they weren't the cop sirens. They were the police sirens.
Well, I didn't realize. I couldn't hear or see a thing.
She couldn't see my TikToks.
I just, you know, when you're underwater and how you can kind of hear, that's how
Right.
it was when she was on top of me.
Now, did either of you, for one moment, when y'all heard the siren, y'all thought, oh shit, and you thought that Fergie was going to start singing, how come every time I come around my London birds want to come down like London, want to go down London?
I never thought that.
Okay.
Not once.
Because that song, you know,
Does it have a siren in it?
the very beginning. Oh shit.
No, I'm more conditioned to think, oh, hide the body, hide the felon. When I hear a siren, I'm not thinking of Fergie being Fergalicious. I'm not being Fergalicious.
Exactly. So, anyway, long story short, I don't know if you would go into detail, Chris, or not, but long story short, it's quiet for quite some time. And I felt safe enough to remove the mattress. I also, about 10 to 15 minutes before, Crystal stopped wiggling around underneath me. So I didn't know if she's going to be dead underneath me or not.
Well, both of my legs and arms had fallen asleep. So only this middle part was actually awake. Everything else was like dead weight. So if a tornado had come and got us, I would not have been able to fight back. It just would have been a partially dead corpse.
It would have twirled you up.
Just twirling.
It would have
Just-
twirled you all around the sky. Just twirling her up.
And I had, shortly after you laid on top of me, I became, peaceful with the thought, well, this could be my last moment, whether it be dying under the heavy arm of Tammy or the heavy arm of the weather, Mother Nature. And I was fine with I was at peace with that.
That's a beautiful metaphor.
And honestly, the way that you laid on top of me made me feel safe and protected. Could not breathe.
Because if the tornado was going to come get me, it was going to get me first, and I was going to risk that.
Do y'all have a friend like that? Do y'all have a loved one like that that would lay on top of you and carry a queen-size mattress with one arm?
Let us know in the comments.
That's a no for me.
Yeah. So anyway, I got up. Okay. Long story short, we realized that the tornado was across town.
Did you start calling and checking on people at all?
Yeah, I was about to say we called everybody.
If this was the 90s, we would have used up every single minute we had.
Right. We called Jim. Checking on him. We called our grandma.
Jim at the bowling alley?
No, Jim, our cousin. You don't know.
But we did call Jim at the bowl.
Sorry.
We did call Jim at the bowling alley too, and he was
They
fine.
said Jim, not Jim.
We called Jim at the bowling alley. I called Darryl's parents.
Called Tessa. She was fine.
I
Of
called
course,
that,
I haven't talked to her in 30 years,
Right.
but she's doing good.
I called that lady that make your birthday cake once a year. I called her, checking up on her.
Called up at the 3 gas stations, make sure all the clerks were good.
The clerks were fine.
Called the electric company.
Called the electric company, and the electric was on. Nothing was wrong. We just said, "Hey, are y'all okay over there?" You know, we called everybody, and we actually forgot about Darryl. He was in the closet for a couple more hours before we realized that. Yeah, but we called everybody checking up on them, and thank God everybody was okay. And man, we're alive to tell it this morning.
And the people that we couldn't reach by phone, then we started texting them and leaving voicemails. Hey, haven't heard from you. You good?
Exactly.
You get hit?
Right. And any way we could reach people, if we couldn't reach people, we'd look up on the phone. Crystal got out her old phone book, and we would look up their families and call their families. And hey, have y'all heard from Bobby? Yeah, we heard from Bobby. They're okay. You know, we were calling everybody, checking up on them.
At one point, because we were having so much fun doing it, I said, hold out your finger, and I'd open the phone book, and then she'd blindly, and then we'd call just a random number. Say, you good?
Just to make sure everybody's okay. You know, we were calling people we didn't know.
Did about 30 of those. That was fun.
Yeah. So
I just checked my phone on the recent call list and double checked my text messages. Now I don't know if there was maybe the power lines were down or something in my area, but I didn't.
I didn't even think to call you, David. I'm sorry.
I didn't either. I really didn't. I wasn't thinking about you at all, man. I just thought that you'd be fine. You know, I thought, oh, you've been through some tornadoes. You've made it through every single one of them you've been through. I didn't think about Dave.
Not even crossed my mind. Dang.
Well, y'all were so busy telling y'all your tornado story that you didn't even ask how I'm doing, or you didn't check on me.
Well, we didn't check on you, but I was going to ask you, how'd you protect yourself from the tornadoes?
How did I? How did I protect myself? I ended up in another fucking county last night because I got picked up by the tornado.
Which county?
Dan's Green.
Damn. You went from here to Dan's Green? Inside of a tornado.
You were twirled up.
That tornado completely lifted me up off the ground. And I'm lucky that my bones are still inside my body.
What was you doing when you got picked up?
I don't want to tell what I was doing. I was jerking off when I got picked up by the tornado.
Was you naked?
I just had my socks on.
Oh, David.
And a t-shirt. I just had socks and a t-shirt on. And I'm in it.
So you just ignored the sirens and just kept off?
The nut was going to be so good. I kept going.
Were you outdoors?
Yes.
You never outdoors. First of all, don't f- off outdoors, and secondly, if there's a tornado, don't be outdoors.
I didn't. I forgot what the sirens were. Remember, I dropped out of school.
So hold on. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you started drifting off the earth, when your feet started slowly just kind of going like, and you started twirling, did you continue to, or did you stop because you had no control of your hands and your hands were like, whoa?
It was kind of like at the rodeo, how you have to keep one hand on at the same time. I started going, whoa!
Oh my!
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Because here's the thing. I figured about after I had been picked up about 30 feet in the air what was going on. The first 6 times it picked me up, I didn't know what the was happening.
You thought you were having the best orgasm of your life?
Well, I thought like, yes, something was going on with my muscles. It was kind of like launching me up or something like
Twitching.
that. Yeah. Or, you know, I started to get, for a second, the third time it picked me up, I thought that you brought some shit back from the spirit realms and I was getting possessed.
Oh.
And that makes sense.
Right.
I can see that.
But when I got to 30 feet in the air and I'm still off, that's when I was like, I think I'm in a tornado.
What other kind of stuff was flying around in there with you?
What was in there?
Well, someone's entire ice cream truck got unloaded. So I'm seeing things swirl around me. I'm trying to nut, but I'm also seeing great snacks. So I'm trying to grab a
Ice
Teenage
cream
Mutant Ninja
sandwich?
Turtle Pop. I'm trying to grab everything.
Wow.
And then I saw 3 wiener dogs. I don't know which family has wiener dogs that is close to us, but just flying around. So I was trying to grab them to make sure that they're going to land okay.
Yeah, what a cool guy. That's good on you to do that.
But I'm only wearing my shirt and my socks, and then I'm just in my birthday suit on the
Wiener
bottom
and
half.
balls out.
Just out.
Just off in a tornado. It's actually pretty cool.
That
to
was
think
4
about.
wieners in the tornado.
4 wieners in a tornado.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, you should have taken safety precautions. But how cool is it to say I was off inside a tornado vortex? Not many people can say that.
Not many people have ever said that sentence.
I don't think they've ever said that.
Yeah.
Did you nut? So your nut was swirling around too.
Yeah. But then
That's the first time that's ever happened.
the exhilaration of me being tossed around so much, I got hard again. And guess what?
Huh.
I went right back to it.
Wow. One after the other.
Yeah. Because I was like, if this is how I'm going to go, this is how I'm going to go.
Oh, and I think the same thing. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm in a vortex, I'm busting a nut one last time. I'm not going to not do that.
Trailer Tales.
If you're a 420 celebrator, you're gonna love this. Diet Smoke is sponsoring today's episode, and they're here to take your day from mediocre to amazing. They have gummies, pre-rolls, mushrooms, and more. You can even shop their website by the vibe but you want to achieve. Choose from options like chill, sleep, relief, and euphoric. Oh, oh, oh. And pick how much THC you want. It's a totally personalized experience.
I'm a certified realm traveler. Sometimes even a certified realm traveler needs help. And the way I use help is by getting the grape sleep gummies. It takes me to different realms quickly and safely. Diet Smoke even has a 100% lifetime happiness guarantee. So you have nothing to lose, folks.
Wow. Elevate your vibe just in time for 420 for a limited time only when you start a subscription on Diet Smoke site and use our code TRAILER. You'll score a free $100 bundle added right to your order. Plus, enjoy a cool 20% off your entire purchase.
If you're ready to dive into a world of elevated chill, head over to dietsmoke.com. Start your subscription and use code TRAILER at checkout. Enjoy the ride, and as always, Thanks
for listening to the
show. Diet
Smoke.
Who thinks we should put him on trial next? Who thinks that? I can't tell what's the truth anymore! And I keep getting sucked into the weird drama.
What are you looking up right now? Profile.
Yes! Let's get to the bottom of this! Yes! We're gonna find out what the actual truth is tonight!
Plot twist.
Oh, Lord! Oh, Lord!
Now, what happened when you started to did the vortex slow down and gradually take you down, or did it fling you out, or I mean, what happened?
Well, it took me by the old folks' home. Down by Abilene Village, right? I met an old lady up there.
In the vortex?
Was she alive?
Very much so.
David.
I one of the old folks people up in the tornado.
In a vortex?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. If you think you're going out and she thinks she's going out, let's get one more good bone in. Let's get one more good piece of ass in.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that. How old was she?
Ooh, had to been low 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Just an old lady that needs one more banging. What
Yeah.
position did y'all do it in the vortex?
It wasn't just one
One what?
position.
Okay.
She had clearly not been sufficed for a while. So she started bouncing on that thing. We started 69 and
With an old lady?
yeah, she took her teeth out. It was hella great.
Damn. Well,
I don't know if I was ever faced with death, if that would be the
So
thing I'd think of.
short of the long, how I ended up landing safely, a dumpster starts flowing up inside up there after I get my nut with the old lady. It starts going up there, right? You've never been in a vortex before, but it's from what I understand, I haven't been skydiving, but I've heard this. You have a little bit of a jet stream where you can kind of figure out where you're going to go, right? The dumpster lid opened up. Me and the old lady get inside the dumpster with the wiener dogs.
nice.
Made sure that they're safe because while I want to make sure these animals are taken care of, right? We get inside the dumpster and it finally launches us, and I don't know how it happened. We rolled down a hill a few times, but at least we had the protection
Yes.
of the dumpster to get through. And I walked out of there. I mean, I've got, my back is pretty fucked up right now, and I've got like a lot of bruises and shit like that. But all in all, grace of God, I'm here right now podcasting with y'all right now.
Hey, we all survived a tornado last night. Give it up for us. Woo! Damn, man. We had a wild night, and we woke up this morning to film a Trailer Tales. Listen, we're not letting nothing stop this podcast.
That's how professional this podcast is, okay? Nothing's going to stop us. Every Friday, rain or shine, tornado or not tornado.
Twirled up in a twister or not, laying in a bathtub or not,
Amazing.
we're going to be here.
And that's, you don't see any other podcasters out there
No.
spending their night fearing for their lives in a tornado, getting sucked into a tornado, and then going on the air the next day.
I've never seen it.
Those tornado nuts, a couple of the best nuts in my life. Oh my God. I will say.
And you're gonna become a storm chaser, aren't you? Just so you can go have some more tornado nuts. They'll interview you and say, "Well, have you always dreamt of being a storm chaser ever since you were a little boy?" And you say, "No,
It's just been the last 6 months.
just wanting that nut." Mm-hmm. And then
And I'll go with you.
You want to?
I'll storm trace with you.
Really?
I'll drive the car, but I ain't getting out in the vortex. I'll drive the little van that's got all the satellites and whatnot.
You'll be like our Donatello, like in the van from Teenage Mutant
I'm
Ninja-
not a painter. Not a famous painter.
Okay.
It's something we can definitely think about.
Okay.
I'd love to do that.
Can we imagine doing a tornado podcast? I know we're going to do an anti-gravity podcast, but a tornado podcast?
Even if we don't, let's say hypothetically we can't take all of our mics up there or something. As long as we take a camera and we're filming our nut, nobody on OF is doing that type of content.
Tornado nut content?
I've never seen it.
I've never seen that. That's not even a category.
No.
We could make our own
Brand new
category.
Something we can think about. Something that just popped up during this pod. It's an
And
idea.
don't copy. First of all, I'd say that don't copy. Right now, we're putting copyright and trademark things on Tornadic content on OF. It's ours.
That's ours.
If it's tornadic ejaculatory content, that's Trailer Tales content.
Exactly. And I don't think our fans would really steal that from us.
Well, probably to competitors, though.
Competitors would. But not you guys. Damn. Okay, well, where do we go from talking about tornado nuts and I mean, where do you go from there?
Well, I mean, I think that we could maybe check out an email and see, like, I don't know if y'all have been emailing trailertalespod@gmail.com, or we do have an Instagram. So I feel like some people don't know that we have an Instagrams and a Facebook.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow at Trailer Tales Pod on Instagram. And then we got a really fun Facebook group that's like a bunch of awesome people that just like comment and share clips of us and
pictures
and cool memes and different stuff like that. They're so cool.
They'll put a picture and say, look at Miss Crystal. She's cute. And then it'll have so many likes. 10 likes.
Just to lift your day.
Just to lift my day.
They're amazing. All right, I got an email here. Urgency level 10. Tammy, Crystal, Dave. I have a question for you guys on how to handle a situation. Let's say you accidentally posted a video of you and your spouse on Snapchat doing the dirty. And let's say your teen children watched it. How would you handle this? Asking for a friend. Thanks, Tara. Woo!
Tara, damn.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Now,
Sounds like she got teared a new one.
she got teared a new one. Okay. Here's the thing. So I'm assuming this is an accident. Let's just take it. Let's say it was an accident. You didn't mean to post it. Whatever. Your teens saw it. They probably freaked out. Mom's f***ing dad's dick on Snapchat. What the hell's going on, Stacy? Why would mom post that? Here's what you do. You delete it because it was an accident. And you go to them and you say, listen here, little f***ers. Me and your dad f***. Okay, and we film it for excitement. It was meant for us to see, and we made an accident. So shut the hell up about it and go to Taco Bell and bring me back a number 7 with the Baja Blast.
Yeah, anybody who's watching that's a parent, I'm think that a lot of kids don't like to think that their parents still do it.
All right.
Guess what?
Huh.
Your parents f***.
Your parents are
How do you get here? That's the answer.
They're not having regular, boring vanilla sex. They're 69 and your dad's sticking in your mom. And I'm not talking about, this is for teenage kids to think about their parents. If you're a 40-year-old and you think your 67-year-old parents don't guess what? They're bringing in a third from the bingo hall.
Guess what? Your grandma and grandpa, sometimes they on each other's balls.
Yeah.
Your grandpa still goes down on your grandma. Sex still happens.
Yeah.
And guess what? We should normalize thinking about it.
I think about it all the time.
And guess what? Your grandma and grandpa, well, maybe your grandpa was a and he had Harold come over and would bang out your grandma while he sat in the corner and watched and wrapped himself in one of her Afghans.
Oh, not my parents, not my grandma and grandpa. They don't do that. Huh! Wake up! Wake up. So what are you doing if you accidentally, you accidentally take a little video and you post it and by accident and your teenage kids see it? They say, Mom, why'd you do? Dad, why? Come on. It's embarrassing.
I force them to repost.
And see, I'm on the other end of this here.
Maybe hit the like button.
I'm thinking you're going to have to get your kids therapy. Because I remember one time I saw my daddy munching on my mom.
Ooh.
My mom's box.
Oh, God.
And I never recovered. And I was never given any kind of trauma therapy or anything like that. And it stuck with me. And it has affected every relationship I've had since then. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to your kids. And also, her name was Tara. Mm-hmm. Tara, you said, I'm asking for a friend. And we know that's code word for you did it.
We know you did it.
This is something people say, asking for a friend.
She said she was asking for a friend, though.
It's not. It doesn't really mean she's asking for a friend.
Wait, so anytime somebody has asked me that in my life, that's the person who's asking the question?
They want you to think that they're asking for a friend because they're embarrassed. They want to take the blame. They want to take the attention off them, but it's them.
Oh. That's
never ask for your friend.
Interesting.
Your friend can ask themselves.
David's going back in his mind thinking of all the times somebody said, or he's even said, asking for a friend, thought that people believed him.
Yeah.
Dave's like, what happens when you ejaculate in the same sock for a week straight asking for a friend? They know. It's you.
They don't think that I'm actually asking for a friend when I say that?
People know it's
People
not.
know that?
Yeah,
Ooh.
David.
Yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
have hooked up with so many girls, and the next day I say, hey, what if the condom broke last night? Asking for a friend. I thought that they would know that it was not about me, but the condom definitely broke.
Yeah, they know. That's what we're saying. They don't think a friend was there. The condom broke. They know it was you. You're getting confused.
Right.
From now on, just don't say asking for a friend. Just say, hey, condom broke last night on me. What are we doing?
But I don't want to. That's scary.
Yeah.
Well,
You gotta grow up.
all right, Captain Raw Dog.
Yeah, you're Captain Raw Dog.
There's nothing more scary about Captain than getting raw dogging it, but yeah, my advice to you is get your children some therapy. And what I do is I put all my videos in a folder that's hidden, so I don't accidentally post them to no place.
You have a catalog?
Well, I have a hidden file.
What's in there?
Hidden files of me and various men making love.
Do they know that they were being filmed? Or
Of course.
Okay.
I would never set up a camera and put a little lace coverlet over it to hide it. You kidding me? That's against the law.
Well, now, see, when you say stuff like that, I'm just applying what y'all just taught me about asking for a friend. When you say a detail of how you would specifically do it, how you would never put lace around a camera to hide it, it kind of sounds like you've been putting a lace around a camera for a long
I said
time.
lace because when you look at lace like this, it looks very intricate. But when you put lace over a camera, it's almost like there's nothing there. But on the other side, you can't see the camera.
Yeah, you're giving me more details about how effective it is when you use lace. And what did you say? Hold on.
What?
At the beginning of this podcast, you mentioned as the tornado was starting up, what was out on Crystal's desk?
Her creations.
You said lace.
She had lace on there.
Oh!
But she's saying she would never do that, is what she's
I said
saying.
I would never. I was giving examples of what I would never, ever do.
But yet you have lace out and you know all the details.
I could say some other stuff too. Oh, I would never put my phone in a box that has a tiny little hole and put the phone in there so nobody can. I would never do that. I'd never get a little teddy bear and cut out its stomach and put the phone in there and set it up on the dresser. I wouldn't do that.
It's illegal. And listen, she would never do it because 100% of the time when she says, hey, can I film us f***ing? The guys say, hell yeah. She's never had a problem with a guy
Not one.
want to be filmed.
I'm on to you, Miss Crystal. I'm on to you.
You ain't on to nothing.
Detective Dave is on the case. And he will find the hidden file folder one day.
That's what he's wanting.
It's not a file folder in a file cabinet. It's in my telephone.
You've already told me more details that help Detective Dave hot on the trails of Miss Crystal's hidden files.
He's going to lock into your cloud.
I saw a video of a hack that if you take a selfie with somebody, a live photo on their phone, you can open it up, their phone, the facial thing, when you hit the live feature, and it works.
Don't be taking selfies with Dave.
So just look out for that. Anytime somebody take a selfie with you, I'm just looking out for you. I'm not going to use it. Why would I tell you that if I just told you that right now? But I'm just saying, if a fan or someone, a Miss Crystal, because listen, this podcast is starting to get popular. We got,
Very.
we got people out there who send us emails and send us messages and that would want to be one of the men that Crystal is filmed with.
Just try it. And if whatever you see in there, it ain't nothing I haven't ever shown before.
Yeah. She's not shy. She's not shy. She's got her on her OF. She's not shy.
Spread.
Sitting on a cake. Multiple. She's not shy. So.
Well, good. Our debate topic for today is, what is the best kind of potato?
Ooh.
And we're talking.
And I'm not talking like a russet. I'm talking the fixins. How are you doing it? Is it loaded? Is it just a standard baked potato? Is it a tater tot? Is it sweet potato fries? Is it regular French fries? There's a lot of different options of different ways. Or is it diced? Is it hash browns? There are so many different ways you can fix a potato.
It's a versatile food.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. I don't like French fries. I don't like baked potatoes. I want my potatoes mashed with a pound of butter, a pound of cream, and a pound of salt.
Ooh.
Whipped up.
And the other night she made, and I never had this before. I've had twice baked potatoes. I never had thrice baked potatoes. I didn't even know what that meant. I had to look it up.
How did
Well,
you?
I made it up. I invented it.
What's the third way of?
I don't know if I'm ready to.
Don't tell them.
Yeah.
It was the most decadent. I mean, it melted in your mouth. Thrice baked potato. And I don't know how for centuries we've gone around with twice baked potatoes, and all of a sudden she's going to invent that?
Well, I was starting to cook my normal twice baked potatoes that I always do. And I thought, why only cook them twice? Where can I add a third cook in there? A third bake, where can I add where I'm cooking them a third time? And I set the table and I was really trying to think about how I could do this. And it was like a light bulb. And I thought, oh my gosh, I just invented thrice baked potatoes.
Delicious.
Thank you.
It's like the cotton candy of a potato. It just absolutely melts in your mouth.
Food science. Food science. I'm a chef that's never been trained. It's always been natural to me. So we had those. Those are going to be a new fixture for me that I cook. So thank you, Crystal.
Really good.
I do like my thrice baked potatoes, but when it comes down to the best potato, it's a rich, creamy, smooth mashed potato that's salty and buttery. End of story.
It's hard.
Go ahead.
It's hard.
Tell me how it was.
I love it, but there's just something that cannot compare to a cut up potato that is fried in lard or meat product. I just can't get enough of a French fry, and put some salt on there and dip it in a ketchup. Oh,
Just original French fry. Just the
a
classic.
regular old classic French fry, not a steak fry, and not one of them tiny steak and shake fries.
Not even curly fries?
Oh, no. Don't come at me with the curly fry.
Okay.
I will block you on the internet. Because the curly fry, it loses some of the integrity of the potato. Because potatoes aren't curly.
That's what I was about to say.
They're straight.
Well, you can let a potato identify however it wants to.
You can. But what I'm going to tell you is potatoes are straight.
Listen, that's...
This ain't a debate.
I mean, let's not get too out of pocket here. A potato identifies how a potato wants to identify. Now, if it wants to be curly, it can be curly. You can't just call a potato straight.
It can be curly, but I'm not going to eat it.
Right.
You're not going to catch me at an Arby's saying, hey, give me a large curly fry because they're disgusting. Oh, they're cool for a novel idea. Hey, let's get the kids some curly fries and they can play with them like this.
Like Slinkies.
But you're not going to eat it to enjoy it.
No. I agree with you. What, you think you got something better? You think you got a better potato?
I think...
Wait, let me guess what you're going to say and then let her guess too.
Okay.
I feel like you're a tater tot guy. What do you think?
Tater tots. Frozen tater tots. Puts them in the oven. Probably adds no salt. Just tater tot. Am I right?
I just felt like guessing. I'm sorry.
The way y'all guessed my potato is like, you're a basic bitch. This is what it is. That was the tone
Hey, I
behind
picked
that.
a fry. That's very basic.
I don't see you cooking a potato, mixing a potato.
We're not even debating that. Now we're going into my cooking skills on this shit.
I
What
say
the
you
man.
laying
We're
it out
talking
on-
specifically about what is the best potato, and then you come at me about my cooking skills and how I'm not a chef and I don't put salt on stuff.
All right, what
Fuck
is
you,
it?
man.
Well, you, man.
You.
Fuck you.
Stop it.
Bring it in. I will not cause a fight because my friend and co-host said something true. Tater tot is not the best potato on three. 1, 2, 3. Tater tot is not the best potato.
on 3. Well, I didn't have a problem with that pact. And for those of you who don't know, if maybe it's, you know what? We haven't reminded the viewers for a long time why we even do that shit, why we started to do that shit. I think they need to be reminded.
Of the pact?
Yeah. When the podcast gets too heated, we have to bring it back in and remember that we're all friends.
Yeah. You're right.
No matter what, we're still
matter
friends.
No matter what, no matter how heated it gets, no matter if we're arguing, you're right. It don't matter. We're still friends at the end of the day. We need to
matter
reset.
How hard.
No matter how hard I try.
All right, I'm ready to hear your potato.
Oh, it's tater tots. Thank you so much for watching Trailer Tales this week, y'all. We love you, and we have a blast, and we're here every single Friday. Bye.
Bye, love y'all.
Bye. You keep pushing
Me aside, I can't break through. I'm still talking to you.
Trailer Tales.